Now moving on to deep inside this is D9's pick, and we've seen them do some impressive things on this map in the past. Even though we've often seen them lose on this map, it's often been so close.
Yeah, I mean, this is a map dating back to the Quake 3 times. Used to be known as OSPDM5. It's now renamed fully to Deep Inside. It's got a tactical edge to it. It's kind of a strange map, really, where teams will often cite the primary area to hold as an area that really doesn't have many items in, which is the quad bridge area. It does have access to rail, but you can push on to the red armor from that position. The two yellows off the lower area, one of them, and then one off just to the side of the quad. But you can get some nice quad area attacks and steals on this map. As I say, me and Vor, not one of our favourite maps, but it definitely is. Some passionate fans of it make sure it's in the pool, so obviously some people out there like it. Did actually see recently, what was that new game that came out? It was like Nexus, but...
Nexus or something?
Yeah, but isn't it the new version of it, like renamed or whatever?
I don't know.
Stalk in the development. Well, yeah, they played a match on this map in that game with a Quake set of players and a set of players who played that game. A little show match. That's quite interesting.
Did they? I've never heard about this.
There's a lot of running around and shooting.
I don't get it.
I thought you knew already. I didn't watch it all, to be fair. It's kind of like a clone of Quake, but just not as good. So I don't really.
Was
see
it that game
like
NBC told us about?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know which one it is now.
Yeah.
It looks alright. I mean, I've never tried it.
It's not Nexus.
Isn't it? What is it?
I think it used to be called that, wasn't it? And it got renamed to that. And
no idea.
Something else. I thought it was anyway. Maybe I've got it completely wrong. But
well, anyway, moving on to this all-important second map.
There's been a substitution. Dabra is now in.
Yeah, Sentinela out.
Yeah. And they always plan this from earlier maps. Dabra, obviously a deep inside specialist.
Yeah, and this is their map pick, of course.
Yeah, we've seen some strong performances from D9 in the past couple of seasons.
I mean, remember that game we saw where...
Infamous game.
They got every single mega health on the map? I mean...
I've never seen such a thing. Every single pickup of one item on the map. To even not even drop one, luckily, and Krus gets the spawn at the start on the mega health. So hey, maybe a repeat act. And we'll probably see them working their way towards this, what we would call the bridge area. It's not much of a bridge.
Yeah, in preparation for quad, which is fairly late. Have you got a time for it?
We don't have a time on stream.
Oh, okay. We're not going to spoil it.
Okay, Vor. I'm not going to spoil it, but he says it's fairly late, so I'm looking at a 49, I think.
Oh, very close.
Oh, 48.
Teams are tied.
Here we go, second mega on the map. Chris going to grab this one. He's going to probably make his way up this quad bounce pad with a teammate because they don't know what time this first quad is. They're like us, unsure. They don't have these item timers, by the way. They have to time everything in their heads and obviously communicate with each other on voice comms. Here it is, picked up by Spawns. Only 16 health. Got to be careful. You can see just the shadow of his opponent underneath this kind of platform area where the quad spawns. Got to be so careful. Still Dabra rushing in, doesn't get the frag, ignores the 25 at that midfield position.
Oh, that was fortunate. I mean, if that player had followed round with the LG there, that could have been the end of Spawns.
Yeah, he does rush around, hasn't found anything yet. LER just ahead, 13-9. He's just going to come up the bounce pad against Shackle, and he can't.
That first rocket was crucial, but he missed that. I don't think Shackle would have been able to survive if Spawns hit his first rocket.
So what's the key on this map? What's the absolute key area?
I honestly don't know, just because I just can't play this map well. I don't know why. It doesn't matter if I'm having a great game or I'm hitting like 40 plus LG or whatever. It never works.
Well, obviously the red armor is always keen on every map.
I mean, in theory, to me, if you're not holding bridge where the railgun spawns and you have really nice positioning on the map, then you must be getting the red armor. And it looks at the moment like LE are getting that red and D9 are sitting on the bridge. So
it's quite a delay before that last red pickup though, so they're not going to be as fully stacked, I wouldn't imagine, leading up to this quad as they could have been, but then it's probably going to clash anyway, so it wouldn't really make much difference. Brescia desperately trying to get his teammate to pick up the LG.
His teammate runs away. I mean, Brescia can't take it because he already has one. And
well, it'd give him 50 extra ammo, I guess. He must have called them there then in the end, or maybe they use chat binds.
Whoa, don't nade your
What is he
teammate.
doing? 10 seconds to go before quad. That was just what a joke. That was
It's going to be hard for them to get in on this quad, you have to feel. They're leaving it very late to attack.
It should be destroyed here. Misses the rail shot, but it was alright because Cross was standing there. He does just get caught out by that last, well, Brescia, who looks so weak in terms of health from that going underground. He's the last guy to survive.
He hasn't been hit at all.
Teams
It's
are
eventually
tied.
fragged. Teams are tied. There's a lot slower frag rate, obviously.
Yeah, obviously
time
this
than
is
previous.
not fast paced like in Fortress. It goes in bursts, you'd have to say.
Teams are tied.
Knocks up. Shackle gets the frag down. Prodex.
And you see, as soon as they pick up the kill and they've got the quad area secure, it's time for them to move out and look for these, you know, items which are further away from the main action areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult in that regard, this map. The resources are away from, well, the area you're trying to play by choice. Let's bear that in mind. But it's not like you really stand at the yellow armors. They're not really a playable position as such. You can stand and control the red armor, though. You see how close D9 play together. They're all within viewpoint of Shackle there. And that's kind of a traditional thing we've seen with D9, play very close, tight games together. That way you're not going to give away many frags. I mean, if they move in and attack you, they might kill you, but your teammates all around you, they're just going to avenge your death instantly.
Yeah, that's the theory, of course.
Mega
It
health.
should be hard for them to, you know, come in and kill you all, and you go frag for frag, so at least, you know, you're keeping the game close, even if you're, you know, at a disadvantage.
They do have railguns at that red armor area, and that is one of the things you expect them not to want to give away. Shackle's taking a long route round. He looked like he was going to go for that lower yellow. He might catch out. Brescia going up the bounce pad there. In fact, he's come up the bounce pad back to the quad area. He had a nice stack, but his team had already been destroyed.
Yeah, so LE have taken this quad over, and I don't think D9 will have a chance to get in on this, so...
That was a great example of position over items. He chose to give up his position to go get some extra armor. When he returned, that gave him no advantage at all because they had position on him.
And they destroyed him. All those items meant nothing.
Oh my god, Brescia just somehow evading those grenades. I thought he was just going to run into that last one then. LG is up, caught by the first rocket of feeder. Oh my god, great railgun. Brescia, I thought he was going to just back off with that machine gun flying in and in such low health. Red armor is up on its spot, and it's a really nice quad run to end up at the red.
Yeah, and gives them a slight advantage. You can still see that D9, they are spending the majority of this game.
Oh my god,
the
popped up
bridge.
in the air by that first rail. It's really startled him, I think, Brescia. Just flying up in the air like that. He's put him completely out of position. But of course, generally players are thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead of their next game plan, so you didn't expect to be in that position.
Yeah. And being popped up in the air like that totally throws you off. Of course, you've got no real control of your movement when you're popped up like that.
He's done really well to survive out that
I
onslaught.
would
D9
have
player.
taken those guns though. I mean, he's left them there, hoping that teammates would come and pick them up, but it's just meant that Feeder is taking them all for nothing.
There's an old Quake 3 player, of course, where you couldn't drop weaponry for your teammates, so you would have to leave weapons lying on the floor. Nowadays in Quake Live, you might as well just harvest them all up and then just drop them for your teammates when they actually turn up and say...
Yeah. It is nice if you've already got a weapon that you try and leave it on the ground for a teammate, but you should never risk it to the extent that we saw there where Brescia was killed and then Feeder just could pick them up for nothing.
Feeder now got a nice armor stack 64. He's got decent health. He's got the right weaponry. LG rail, plasma. Squad's up. Easy take. D9er. Pretty really simple take there. I mean, I'd be disappointed if I was LE, and then they just gave away a couple of frags after it spawned.
Nice rail as well.
Gonna get an LG out of that.
Again,
I don't know why he attacked him.
Not
Look
the
at
best
this!
idea.
That's where you should be calling where the quad is, and I mean, why would you go up the bounce pad? Look at this, 7 frags on this run. I mean, 8 frags in the end. That's insane for on this map.
It is, but you have to say that LE, honestly, they just made that a bit too easy for D9. I mean, giving away the guns as well. I mean, Brescia, he could have had that lightning gun and taken it to a different part of the map. No, they already knew where Quad is, because Quad was picking up so many kills that
It's a
would have been won by
strange
the teammates.
situation. It's a great example of where, I guess, experience comes in, and communication specifically. I mean, they just can't have communicated it. I mean, no one's that stupid, are they? Just to run with no gun at the quad. Or lack of communication about his strength, because maybe they said he's weak, you can take him out.
That's often a mistake we see teams make, where maybe they think the quad is weaker than it actually is, although in that case I'm not sure that it would have been that.
Feeder's rail is absolutely insane. I mean, 63% he's still hitting on this map. I can't imagine what kind of aim stats he's going to come out with at the end of this, but it's really world-class level. Let's see. 20 seconds till this next quad. Ellie in the red armor area. They're going to take that. Brescia makes the jump across. He's not actually challenged as he makes it. Hits the grenade on Dabra in the back, who didn't seem to notice him for quite a while.
And honestly, at the moment, what I'm seeing from LE, they're just dropping so many guns for D9. It's
Excellent.
Well, it's going to be a D9 quad. Pretty comfortable. Shackle, drop the LG for him. The upper yellow is up. He's got to be careful he doesn't get railed here. Now it's just time to go out and hunt those lemmings. I mean, actually, ironically, quite a suitable name for them.
well, on that previous
Last
quad round.
quad, yeah. Maybe even this one, just going aggressive on the quad. We've seen tactics like that work for 4 Kings in the past, where they would just go so aggressive early on if somebody got a quad. But it was always as a team they would rush. Just kill that quad off before it could do any damage.
1 by 1 is no good, because it's just easy pickings, unfortunately.
Even there, I mean, he hasn't even got quad, but one guy running up in range of shaft. Just going to be easy. If he misses that rail, which he did, he's dead. Position is just so important in Quake. Can't emphasise that enough. Shackle 66 rail. In fact, I'm going to cycle away from him, not doing too much. Prodex, not got anything either. Feeder just fresh off the spawn. Cross is dead. Yeah, well, he spawns. Now, he has just picked up the red armor, I believe, down to 50 armor already. He's got a railgun. It's going to go to rocket to go with his shotgun he already had. Got to be careful he hasn't been pushed out of position here on this red, although it should be an easy kill. Look at Feeder! He's absolutely destroyed him with the gauntlet.
Unbelievable gauntlet. Seriously, that ambush was incredible. I mean, Feeder is just having amazing games.
Super Feeder, right? He could probably win this
I mean,
match
what
on
a
his
good
own.
addition this is to D9. I mean, I think it's the ideal sort of player for them to add to their lineup.
Brescia, oh my god, look at those rockets! What the hell happened there? Those rockets were basically perfect, and then Dabra just finishing it off with the shaft. Quad's up in a couple of seconds. They're not as stacked as they would have been with this quad. Look at the shaft there as well, the lightning gun ripping Prodex apart, and he's just got to now recover before he can do anything.
Yeah, of course, all that damage is going to put... You know, he's in his mind, he feels he can't be confident in this quad run.
Oh, no, he's got pinned up in there. I mean, Chris is
quite
very
brave.
unfortunate not to hit that second one. Machine guns doesn't kill him. He's actually made 3 frags off this run. Maybe one more. Yeah, 4 frags in the run in the end.
Yeah, I think 4 frags was a really good outcome from that. Because it was as weak as he at the start, and that damage he kept taking as well. I honestly didn't expect him to get more than 1 or 2 frags.
Feeder just winning over. the red armor area for his team. It's probably going to stay tight until they get that next red. It's so important when you're controlling that red armor area. You can get the shafts as well. The shaft, by the way, the shaft is another name for the lightning gun. Because it's just so close proximity, and the lightning gun is the gun you really do get kills with. Especially when you've got a quad damage feeder just waiting for this next red, and we should probably see him move towards the bridge area 40 seconds before quad. Might want to wait for the next one before they go.
He's probably waiting just to see whether his team is ready to support him.
There you go, goes for the jump across. One of the unique features of this map. It's like a trick jump, effectively, a simple one, but it's such a key focus point of the map as well. He's lost all his armor now and didn't really deal out too much damage. As Dabra makes the jump across, Fido coming in behind, takes a bit of plasma damage, decides to back out early. I felt there, 5 seconds to go before quad. He's just backed off completely. Cruz is in the quad area at the moment. Did frag one of the players. Brescia with the quad pickup, and now the lightning gun off the floor. Fido just coming in late there. I think Fido really didn't do a great job. Didn't even get the red either, so backing off there. I think that cost them.
Yeah, and the game is actually getting much closer now, down to 12 frags for difference, so can't afford to keep making these sort of mistakes, D9. They're kind of, wow.
They have managed to get that mega, but they're going to go down. 2 of them, 3 frags on that run. Brescia has got a nice set of armor as well, 93 there. Needs a bit of health, only around 40.
Yeah, but 10 frags of difference now, and Ellie are on the comeback. I mean, they've really stepped their game up. Made a good start to this map, but then sort of D9 started to dominate.
6th impressive, 60% rail for Brescia. And he hit the guy that picked up the red as well. Effectively nullifying that, although I think he hit it before the red was picked. You did see the mega grab, and he's returned down there to secure it for his team. Yeah, so 9 frag margin. Let's have a look at some of the stats on the board. 21 to 3 in terms of mega health for Lemming in favour of D9. Red's in favour of Lemming's effect, 19 to 12. Yellow's vastly in favour of District 9 though, 37 to 17.
But a full minute more of quad for Lemming's effect is potentially what's keeping this game going for them.
Yeah, I mean, 1 more pickup, and of course quad lasts 30 seconds if you survive the entire time, entire duration. But a full minute, pretty impressive. With 3 rounds to go as well. Ellie, look like they've got quite a decent lock on this, so the last second D9 come in.
A good attack. Only
Very
one
nice
of them dying
there
on
as
that
well.
attack.
Cruz landing on it, doesn't take any damage, so he can move out. Mega as well, good timing. Time to move in and take over that red. Brescia just peeking, goes down instantly. Gonna make his way straight back to the bridge, Cruz. And this quad area, make sure it's secured out. Got to have some kind of objectives here though. Looks like he's looking for the frags. In fact, he does get a couple of easy frags right at the end of that run. Otherwise, they pretty much evaded him.
Yeah, but I still think that's a quite important run for D9. It was starting to look like LE may be returning this game around, but I think that quad run has just lessened the pressure on D9 because for a while they were on the back foot.
Backing off with a machine gun, Chris. Really nice aim there. 33%, not too bad. I mean, give us an example of the type of percentage we see for at the higher levels and what you do expect players to hit.
I mean, for lightning gun, you expect anywhere between 30 and 40, really. I mean, it depends how much you have to spam it. Sometimes it can be lower than that, but in fight, don't want to be hitting any less than 35, really, to be considered to have good aim with it. You know, battle often go below 35 due to spam, but you know, that's a good target.
At the upper levels, I'd say something like upper 30% for machine gun, 37,
yeah.
38, 39.
At the gun, most people don't and focus on dodging their fullest against. The railgun, I think anything below 50 is not great, so 50 is your target with rail, especially on a map like this where most of the rail shots, quite honestly, are easy.
Got picked up for Lemming's effect pressure. He's been worn down to only 12 health though, so how much can he do? It's a big moment. They can't fall any further behind, that's for sure, but ideally bring a few frags back ready for the last and final power up. Shackle caught out there. Oh, Brescia missing the opportunity of a second frag. Well, a fourth frag that would be.
Well, that's nice. So he takes the red and picks up a kill at the end. So that's good. You'd say brings it to within 17.
Yeah, and you've got to be nervous if you do 9 balls.
Excellent.
Yeah, although I think it's basically 20 the difference. They'll be fairly comfortable, and they're defending the bridge area and the railgun very well at the moment.
I think Ellie got a little bit excited then, thought, oh, we'll just go back to the bridge and try. Oh dear. Mega health up soon. D9 have had a very strong lock on that. 27-3 at the moment. Feeder, the guy with the positive net there, 15. 6.1k damage. There's Crust though with this mega health, hits his first roll, misses his second. Have a look at some of his stats, 64, 60% rail, so he's obviously not hit that many with a 4% change so drastically. And this last power up is going to be, well, I mean, it's probably going to just be too much to catch really, isn't it, Vor? But to have any hope, Ellie are going to have to get this quad pretty clean. And get a lot of frags off here.
Yeah, it's not really doable though.
Nice rail shot. Secures the quad and effectively 100% secures their qualification. Going to take this 2-0, but let's just follow this quad run as Chris tries to mop up the last few frags of the map. 2 frags straight away inside that red rim. Make that a third. Looking for the spawn. Doesn't get lucky. Although they want to give him some more frags maybe. So what's the story of the 2 maps then, for what is the key difference between these 2 teams? Why D9 qualified?
I think it's mainly down to, I don't know, this isn't, I can't say this 100%, but I don't think this is Ellie's strongest lineup, and it's not the lineup I've seen them practicing with either, so, you know, that's quite a big deal to have to change your lineup for, you know, the Euro Cup qualifier. I don't know when it was decided they'd be playing with his lineup, but, you know, that's a big deal, I think.
Impressive. Red wins.
So yeah, thanks